between integer variable, normal integer variable, which exhibits inside RAM, okay, RAM, and this exhibits inside CPU register. Why this speed up is not coming here? What is the reason? Because we are using single variable, okay. So due to the single variable, if we use 4 or 5 variable, then I think it will exhibit a different thing, okay. So but with one variable, and because today's memory technology is also very special, so I'm not able to show you the difference between both the things. Fine. And you can say these are almost equal, but you cannot say, because 1 lakh observations are there, and I'm not interested to show you 10 lakh observations. Fine. So yes, now come to module again here. So let us start with predefined preprocessors. Okay, what are these things? So this is second last topic of module 3. Okay, so we are almost at 2.8, 2.9 unit. The C preprocessor is not a part of, this is not a part of compiler. Okay, but this is yes. Yes, the
Sir,
screen
it's
is not
showing your
visible.
Excel sheet.
Okay, fine. So yes, C preprocessor is not a part of compiler, but it is a separate step in the compilation process. Like whatever we are doing with include stdio.h. Okay, what happened? Include stdio.h will include the file which is recommended by the user. Okay. So in simple terms, you can say a C preprocessor is just a text substitution. It is just a text substitution. It means whenever you are including stdio.h, include stdio.h, it simply means that you need to substitute the whole file over this place. Yes. It instructs the compiler to do the required pre-processing before the actual compilation starts, and we will refer this as C preprocessor. All the preprocessor commands begin with hash symbol. So there are different examples of preprocessor commands. So here define, include, undef, if def, if not defined, etc. are the example. It must be the first non-blank character. First non-blank character means whenever you are writing in a screen, it must start with 0th row and 0th column. Okay. And for readability, a preprocessor directive should begin in the first column. So because it is a special thing, and it is also known as macro. So macro must begin with first row and first column, or 0th row and 0th column. 0th row is not required, but 0th column is required. Fine. So let us discuss each one in detail. Define substitutes a preprocessor macro. Okay, if we can do a very interesting exercise with this, and then come to include inserts of particular header from another file. Undef is undefined a preprocessor macro in between. If suppose 10 kilo line of code is there, okay, in 10 kilo line of code, suppose 8800 line, at 8800 line, this particular macro is not required, so we can undefine here. Okay, undefine here. I will show you how. Returns true if the macro is defined. If not defined, returns true if macro is not defined. If a compile time condition is true, else the alternative for if else if, else and if in one statement, and if ends preprocessor condition, error prints an error message on standard error, and PRAGMA issues a special command to the compiler using standardized method. So let us see some examples. You can define your own variables, or means you can define your own constant like max array length, because you are not able to know what is the value you have defined in previous section. Suppose integer g is defined as 92.6, okay, but you are not able to remember whether g is defined as 92 point. So many g's are there. So how do you cope up with this? Suppose you can write this as define without leaving any blank, followed by a space, and then write gravity, and then it is defined as 92.6. So whenever you are referring gravity, it will automatically substitute this gravity by 92.6. Okay, I'll show you again. This directive tells the C preprocessor to replace instance of max array length with 20. Use define for constant to increase readability. Now come to this stdio.h and myheader.h. There are two files which we have included. These directives tell the CPP to get stdio.h from system libraries and add the next to the current source file. Whenever we are using Angular bracket, it is system library. And if this double quote will be used by us, then this is our own current source file. Okay, means local directory. This file from local directory. Then come to undef file size. Suppose I had already told you that gravity is defined somewhere in this program. If you want to undefine this, okay, so you just need to write undef file size. Then come to next statement, define file size. Once you have undefined, because you want to redefine this term, so initially it was 92.6, now it will be changed to 42.6, whatever. It tells the CPP, that is C preprocessor, to undefine existing file size and define it as 42. Okay. So now come to if not defined. If particular message is not defined, then define, otherwise and if. Now come to if you want to debug particular program, then you need to write debug, if def debug and. So whatever code you want to debug, here you need to put. Fine. It tells a C preprocessor to process the statement enclosed if debug is defined. This is useful if you pass the debug flag to the GCC compiler of compilation. This will define debug, so you can turn debugging on. So once we will start the debugging, it will automatically come into your programming. Now come to predefined macros. These macros are defined already. What commands we need to use in case of GCC? We are using system, then double quote, and then date. Okay. Now, instead of writing this, you can also write printf %d line number, percent as string, percent as string, percent as string, and %d. So if you are writing file, suppose the file name is abc.c, then here it will print abc.c. Okay. Then line number. So here line number is misinterpreted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, one more line was there. That's why either this answer is incorrect or one line is chopped off. So what date will return and how do you write date? So it is double underscore. Okay, double underscore, double underscore. In between this, you need to write date. The current date as a character literal in MMM format. Now come to time. The current time as a character literal in HMS colon separated. This gives you, this will return you current file name. This will return you the line number, whatever line number you are using, and this will return you defined as one when the compiler compiles with the ANSI standard. Okay, ANSI standard, standard C. So let us see some examples of this. Then we will go to preprocessor operations. So first we execute this code. Here you can see line number 7 is coming, and in that program it will display line number 8. Okay, so this is our output, this is input, and you can see the compiler address. So I will share you the address of this revision. No, section A. Section A is not there. In some other group, I think. So I will paste it. Okay. Then you can. Oh, it is much better to paste this in chat box. So you can directly use this. So this is our C compiler, University C compiler. Okay. So here you can paste your code and you can run this code as well. Fine. Now come to next definition. Suppose define gravity. Gravity is 67. Fine. So I am using this gravity over here. Percent as not an issue. There is no problem. Percent D, and then followed by our constant. That constant is gravity, gravity. Now you want to undef. Okay, so what you need to undef gravity. Now again you want to define gravity. Fine. Now you want to print this gravity here somewhere else in this place. So this is your percent D and then gravity. So let us run this program. So here you can see that initially gravity is defined as 67. Fine. Now later on the gravity is defined as 9.8. But I am writing here %d. So instead of writing %d, let me write %f. So now the answer is correct. Yes or no? So you can define
Yes,
it.
sir.
Now, let us see what is the construct. If def is there. Yes. If def message. So let me write here also. Instead of writing this, if message is not defined, it will define the message. If you want to print this message, let me delete other macros because it is not of our use. And let me delete this also. So macros can be defined inside your program also, but if you are defining it inside your program, then it is not accessible outside the program. Now, our one more macro is defined. If not defined message, then it will define the message. So how it will print? So here it will print %s and then message. See, this is the code. Message is, if message is not defined, then it will print you wish. Okay. If message is defined, it will not print anything. So let us define message also. Define message as this is our message. So message is defined. That's why this statement will not be printed. Okay. This statement will, because already message is defined. That's why if and def not defined, if not defined message, then it will execute. Like in previous, what happened? If I am writing code / over here, so this will run if you wish. You wish. Okay. Unsee and you wish. Unsee because I had printed here. So let me CPP, write CPP. C preprocessor. It is not C++. Fine. C preprocessor. Now, if I am removing this /, then it will print how are you? Okay. It will print how are you? So this is if def, if not def. Now come to any other thing we have left. If debug is not completed here, and I will complete it in. Okay. Now come to preprocessor operators. So there is one operator / operator. Okay. / operator is used for long definition of macro. Generally, the definition of macro is not very long and you can write in a line. That's why it is known as inline. Okay. A macro normally confined to a single line. The macro continuation operator, that is / is used to continue a macro which is too long for a single line. For example, here you can see this is our example. Okay, define. So there is one macro and let us copy this macro to see the execution of this. In this macro, whatever you are passing, it can be taken directly. Okay. Like for a string, we need not to worry about this. So this is our macro and it is defined. Slash is written. So there is no problem. If you are not writing slash, then it will create some problem. So hash A and hash B. If you want to type this, what will happen? This is message for MESSAGE message underscore for. Now I am writing क्या लिखा जाए यहाँ पर comma Biden. Okay, so what will be the output? In normal time we need to put double quote, but now it is this message for, it will search for message for. So message for is defined here. This A will replace by Trump and this Trump will printed here. Trump and Biden, we love you. Okay, this will be the answer. Okay, there is some, yes.
लेकिन ट्रम्प ज्यादा
हाँ
ट्रम्प
yes
ज्यादा मतलब ट्रम्प मतलब बेटर था ना सर बाइडेन से अभी देखेंगे तो इंडियंस के लिए सर
अब ये तो अपना C++ में आता ही नहीं है, कैसे बताऊं मैं?
सही बात है सर। हाँ सर
ठीक है, तो अब इसलिए वो क्या है, कोई नाम सूझ नहीं रहे थे इसलिए इन लोगों के नाम लिखे। ठीक है, सो इट इज रिप्लेस एंड यू कैन यूज दिस मैक्रो एज वेल। नाउ कम टू नेक्स्ट मैक्रो। अब मैं आपको एक डिफाइन मैक्रो का एग्जांपल बताता हूँ, बहुत ही उम्दा एग्जांपल है। डिफाइन रामू काका, ओके, एज printf. Now you can see this statement will convert our printf into Ramu Kaka. If you are writing Ramu Kaka, it will also print the same thing. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you can change the integer also. Define integer as no, define integer. Okay, suppose Kangana, an integer. Fine. So if I am writing integer main instead of integer main, I can write Kangana main. Now this program will run also. There is no problem. You can even declare this as Kangana A equals to 9, B equals to 10, okay, and now you can print. Means inside that Ramu Kaka, one more Ramu Kaka we need. Fine. So here I can write C and this is person D. Yes or no? What is the output? Ramu Kaka CPP percent FD is written. Percent D. So there is no problem with this program. Fine. So you can means now if I am pasting this program somewhere else, nobody is able to understand what is going on from Kangana main. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I am started pasting this program from here, and one thing what I can do, all the definitions put in one file, include file, and then I started to use this, then nobody is able to understand what is written and why this program is written as Kangna main and something like that, Ramu Kaka, and there is no print statement. है ना? So you can change it in Hindi chapo, print means chapo, integer means purnang, etc. So better to write like that. Instead of Ramu Kaka, just chapo. And then instead of Kangana, just write purnang. Fine. And then you declare this as purnang. And this Ramu Kaka is chapo.
सर एक कंगना रह गई ऊपर.
Okay. Now this program is little
पूर्णा
bit
का है ना उधर.
purnang, integer. Okay. Here.
सर 10th लाइन में.
Yes. So now this program will run. So this is the use of macro. You can define your macro and you can use. This is just for command substitution sort of thing. Okay. So we have substituted the integer into Purnang. We have substituted the printf statement into, or suppose you want to write an algorithm. Fine. So input or output sort of statement, input output, you can write instead of chapo, you can use output or display. Like here you can put display in capital. Fine. And then here it will become display. So this is how you can use. Now come to next statement. Standardize a hash operator. No, stringize hash operator. So we have already seen the stringize hash operator where we pass two simple variable sort of name. Okay, it looks like variable, but it will automatically be substituted in place of hash. Token pasting, double hash operator. If you want to paste token, so see this is very beautiful example. Token pasting. What is token pasting? And then you are able to understand. So this is our token pasting operator. Fine. Define. And it will give you an error. So better to write this and tab. So let me correct all these things back. Otherwise, so many token will confuse you. So this is deleted. Now this will be converted into integer. This is also integer. This is also integer. And then printf. So these all statements were completed. Now tokenize operator. How tokenize will work, token paste will work. This is our token passing. Okay. Integer token 34 equals to 40. It will replace all the token word. All the token word by using token parser. Okay. Whenever a token is coming, it will automatically check the token. Fine. Here I am writing token parser paster 34. So it checks token 34 and it will automatically replace the value.
सर 9th लाइन में printf लिखा है printf की जगह.
Okay, so this token 34 and token 34 is given to you. But now let me show you what is the meaning of this. Suppose you want to return this token 34 with some other value like couple 34. Okay, so I am writing to this is token, this is replace token, and this function, which function this token paster will go to here, and this 34 will pass to here, and it will automatically search for token 34. So again it come back to here, and this token 34 will give you 40. Now it will replace by this value. Only 34 will be written here, and automatically it will print whatever value of this. So this is 34 and this will print 40. Okay, so couple 34 equals to 40. This is known as token paster. You have paste token and you have replaced the token with another name, that is couple. Now come to next, parameterized macros. So we can define parameterized macros as well. So if you want to define parameterized macro, then what you need to do, just use as many as parentheses. Okay, so let me define this square macro. This square macro will return square. So initially the macro and then parameter. Parameter is x and it is defined inside parenthesis. Okay, inside that parenthesis, it will automatically replace the value of x here and here. Suppose I had printed square 5. So square 5 is, it will return 5 multiplied by 5. So let me show you. Square of percent d is percent d. So suppose I am taking some gravity is there, na? So gravity, I'm writing gravity. Gravity, which gravity will come? Anyone?
Sir,
Which gravity will come? 67 multiplied by 67 or something else? Answer is the square of 9.8 so many times 0 is this, because here I had written percent d. So instead of writing percent d, just write percent f. Now it will give you correct answer. So this is the answer. Although in first impression you see that gravity is written as 67, but we have already undefined this gravity and redefined this gravity to 9.8. Okay, that's why I had asked the question that what value of gravity will be coming here. So this type of question may also come in your examination. Now come to maximum among two number. This is last macro. One line is sufficient to define. This is another macro. And if you call this, calling line is also given here. So this is your answer. Now this is your task to define a macro which will print a remainder of any number, a remainder of any decimal number. Just write it. You have 2-minute time. You need to define a macro called REM, and then what it will return, it will print directly. No print statement will be given in main program. Only we need to call that function.